Something interesting that we could talk about finally for some game from BioWare in the world of role playing. Hi, my name's NikoTheLegend. I'm here to give you some news about Dragon Age 4 and then some news about Dragon Age 5. So, before we go into that, considering that Mass Effect Andromeda and anything Mass Effect related, we haven't heard anything besides it becoming part of the Xbox Game Pass. And you can play Andromeda Deluxe Edition. I think it's Deluxe Edition for like $1 if you go with the Game Pass. Same with Gears of War 4. So if you want to enjoy a subpar Mass Effect game with some pretty cool characters and some cool worlds, but with an okay story and a boring-ass scanning quest system, be my guest. You should try it at least if you haven't played Mass Effect 4 and you're still skeptical about it. But you played all the other ones. But anyway... So, Dragon Age. Yes, I think I've only made like one other video talking about Dragon Age, and that's just talking about the sequel, right? I can't remember my own videos. But this one's talking about the same protagonist from Dragon Age Inquisition that lead into 4 and then maybe 5. So as we all know, Dragon Age trilogy all have different protagonists. You have the hero of Ferelden in Dragon Age 1, you have the champion of Kirkwall in the second game, and then you have the Inquisitor in the third game. And if you remember in the third game, you actually, spoilers, you actually meet up with the champion of Kirkwall, Hawk, in the third game, and then later on in the game, there is a mission on the war table that has to do with rumors surrounding the hero Ferelden, or the person wanted to meet you or something. And I was really excited about that. I thought that was really cool. But that's if your hero Ferelden survives, granted, right? Because the hero Ferelden could be sacrificed in the end battle against the Darkspawn and all that mumbo jumbo. So it depends on what you did. Me, I had the person survive, kept alive, and become what was it? Yeah, didn't become king of Ferelden. I had Alistair do that. But anyway, so it was cool to see that intertwined with Dragon Age Inquisition story. Although it didn't have any significant impact, I still enjoyed it because it has some cool writing to it and really piqued my interest. But this time when Dragon Age 4 comes around, if you remember the end of Trespasser DLC, which is canon, confirmed by the developers, and I'm pretty sure it was confirmed by Mike Laidlaw, who now isn't writing for the game anymore, who has left BioWare, sadly. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go with that. But this whole Solus thing at the end, who he really is, and how he definitely leads you on and baits you to finish what has been started at the end of Dragon Age Inquisition Trespasser DLC. So there's a lot of plot holes left unfilled, and there's a lot of questions to be answered. So, where do you think that takes us next? Dragon Age 4, my dear friends. Dragon Age 4 might be, mostly, probably, we're not entirely sure it's been confirmed, but it's a good chance that you'll see more of the Inquisitor in the next 2 games, because they all follow the same storyline from Inquisition. Because unfinished business. So it's interesting that they're doing this with a single storyline now and not switching to different people every time. How I feel about that? Well, it's a hit or miss, because I really enjoyed the chemistry that all 3 of the characters had, because they were all doing something different, and it was really, really cool that Inquisition had that chance for you to interact with the champion of Kirkwall and meeting up with the Inquisitor. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was cool. Great that we got to see something like that, and we got to see what our character has done, how it impacted the story for some of the games. I really like that. So it's gonna be neat to see what they do with this if it's the same hero for the 4th and 5th game, because you might see the champion of Kirkwall or the hero of Ferelden again, how they are gonna help you out. And what I really loved about Inquisition, like literally one of the defining moments of me really expressing my gratitude to BioWare, was the fact that you were able to, besides the surprise of the Champion of Kirkwall's appearance, but customizing how he looks. I thought that was awesome. You can go with the OG Hawk look, or you can make your own Hawk. I thought that was amazing. Or you can import your Hawk design from the second game, which is fantastic. Like, that's just, I've never seen that in a game. So I'm hoping that we see more of that in the 4th and 5th game. And in Dragon Age 4 and maybe 5, we're gonna probably use the same look for our character as we had in the 3rd game, which would be really neat with better graphics. You know, people really didn't like Dragon Age Inquisition combat. I actually liked it because it was a mix of the 1st and 2nd game. It was a hybrid. I really had no issue with it. I think the only issue I had was just the my group being a little dumb, but I think I just didn't do the gambit system that well, which I should have done. So this is going to be really exciting to actually see an end to a storyline to the game, and Dragon Age 5 might be the end of that. So thanks to Mike Laidlaw leaving like a big writer on it, but you never know. If the game does well enough, they'll keep going. I mean, come on. They should really do a TV show. How fucking cool would that be? They're doing Lord of the Rings, doing Star Trek, maybe Star Wars sometime. Star Wars would be an amazing TV show too. But yeah, it'd be really neat to see where this all takes place. We don't know exactly when the game's gonna be released. We have no trailer, but I'm pretty sure that during the E3 we'll see something with Dragon Age 4, because it's been about almost, let's see, it's about 3 years coming up on the last thing we've ever seen of Dragon Age Inquisition, just of release, not a release of DLC and stuff. That's different. So we gotta see something, just like we gotta see something for Halo 6. You know, it's been a while with some absence. And maybe we'll even hear something about Mass Effect coming back to life. God, probably not, because of Anthem. Oh gosh, and I got a PS4. Anyway, that's not relevant. So guys, like, what do you think? You think it's gonna be the Inquisitor again? Are you excited or angry about it? I'd like to know. Wouldn't you like to know? The Inquisitor and Solus. Ah, Solus, the elf bastard that we all love and hate. I actually thought he was a pretty neat character. I wasn't bummed out about him. I was more bummed out about how they finished Iron Bull. That motherfucker was evil. He was a fucking evil asshole, and you killed him in Trespasser. Holy shit. Anyway, guys, take care. NikoTheLegend here, also known as the Pathfinder. Just trying to give you something to maybe smile about. We'll see.